Hello, I'm Jill Nation and I'm a Cami Hero. And today I'm excited to show you a way to make grading student work faster and easier for the rest of the school year. It's a new tool from Cami called AI Assisted Feedback, and it's found in your comment tools. So let's head over there now and see how it's done. So first you're going to go to your Cami toolbar and you're going to look for your comments. At your comments, you're going to look for the second comment bubble. It will take a couple of seconds for the comments to appear over on the right-hand side of the page. However, once they do, you will notice that you have the option to approve any of the comments that are made. You will also have the option to delete any of those comments if you just click on those three buttons. You'll also notice in the bottom left-hand corner of the comment box that because it is a beta test, you can give feedback, thumbs up, thumbs down, or even give more details. And of course, as always, you can translate your comments for your students who are learning English. This is an assignment that I gave to my students a while back when they were learning how to build atomic models. And this is an activity where they were able to use lots of different facets of Cami. They could use the text box, obviously. They used the drawing tool and the shapes tool. And they were also allowed to use comment tools if they wanted. This student did not choose to use the comment tools, but that's okay because we're going to use the new comment tool. So this will make it a little less confusing for them. All right, so I'm going to go to the comment tool in my toolbar all the way over here on the left, and then I'm going to go to the second one down where when you hover over it, it says generate feedback. The AI assisted feedback page comes up looking like this where you can choose your grade level. Okay, I'm going to stick with 10 because that's what grade I teach. You can choose the language that you want to use. Again, I'm going to stick with US English. And then do you want to grade the entire document? That would be a yes for me today. But you could also just say I want to grade page 1, which is helpful if like they have to read the first page and the second page is the questions. And you can say just score page 2, right? Or you can just select an area you want it to grade. Like I said, we're going to stick with all pages for this one. The next question is what kind of feedback do you want to give? You can include rubric standards, a prompt, whatever you like. I am going to attach a generic rubric that I have. And it's a basic assignment rubric. And then you can choose to use your previous comments. I like to use my previous comments because I want it to start thinking like me, I guess, when I'm giving feedback to kids. And so I like to keep that on. Then we click the feedback button, and in a couple of seconds, it does take a little bit, but in a couple of seconds, you'll notice on the right-hand side all of the little comment bubbles. Ta-da! I will comment right away that one of the bits of feedback that I gave back to Cami is I don't need anybody commenting on whether they put their name on the paper. This is obviously on Google Classroom, so the student's name is already attached to the document, so I don't really need that. But that's okay. So this gives me an opportunity to show you this is a comment I don't need. So I'm just going to hit those three buttons and hit the delete comment button. Now, for the rest of my comments, I really do want to look at them, and hopefully I'm familiar with the assignment and I know what I'm looking for. And you can see the first comment here says, excellent, you've correctly identified the key information provided by the atomic number. Great, and I can look at it and I see that that is true, and his diagram actually is pretty decent, so I am going to hit the approve button. That means that he will see that comment later on when he opens up his version of this when it gets handed back to him. Okay. If something is repetitive, like it was earlier, I'm just going to hit delete comment, and we don't have to have the same thing written twice. Okay, here's one that it suggests that he revise. So if this is something that I feel he needs to revise, I would hit approve. If I feel like if it's not a good comment, I can delete it and change it. Or I could also give a different feedback. Okay, so the student has made the mistake of giving the atomic number instead of the overall charge. So I'm going to approve this because it is something that needs to change, but I'm going to add a little something here that the AI did not say. I could type it or I could voice it. And I think we're going to try voicing it this time. Remember that charge and mass number and atomic number are all different things. Okay, so now that's been added. I could also go in here and translate. Many of my students speak Spanish, so maybe I want to translate it into Spanish to make it easier for them to understand the feedback. Okay, and then when they get it, it will be in Spanish, so that it'll be Spanish and English, so they have an opportunity to understand it in their own language and then in the language that they are learning. Okay. Yeah, so when I get done with all of these and I said, oh, okay, I approve, I disapprove all of these different elements, so I would hit the return button, which is off screen, and then the student would get the feedback on their end. And it made my life a lot easier without having to go through and grade every single tiny one of these answers. It is a little bit cumbersome sometimes when a student makes the same mistake over and over again. The AI will point it out each time, so you can choose to cut that out if you want, or just have it comment once, and then you can add the comment yourself that you want them to check all of the questions for the same issue, because it just becomes burdensome to you and to the student to have all those comments on the same page. It can be very kind of confusing and daunting. But overall, I really like this tool. I think this tool is something that is going to get better as we all use it, and I look forward to seeing all the improvements that they will make. So thanks for watching, and I hope that you have enjoyed this, and if you have any questions, feel free to contact me.